World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
Good day. This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. A United States destroyer shot down 2 anti-ship ballistic missiles fired from Yemen as it responded to a call for help from a container ship that was hit in a separate strike, according to the U.S. military. The U.S. Central Command said in a social media post that the missiles were launched from territory controlled by Iran-backed Houthi rebels, describing it as the 23rd illegal attack by the Houthis on international shipping since November 19. The Houthis have repeatedly targeted vessels in the vital Red Sea shipping lane with strikes they say are in support of Palestinians in Gaza, where Israel is battling militant group Hamas. CENTCOM said the USS Gravely and USS Laboon, both destroyers, responded to a request for assistance from Maersk Hangzhou, a Singapore-flagged, Denmark-owned and operated container ship that reported being struck by a missile while transiting the Red Sea. The attacks by the Yemeni rebels are endangering a transit route that carries up to 12% of global trade, prompting the United States to set up a multinational naval task force to protect Red Sea shipping. The latest round of the Israel-Hamas conflict began when the Palestinian militant group carried out a cross-border attack from Gaza on October 7.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
In other news overseas, Venezuela said it will keep nearly 6,000 troops deployed until a British military vessel sent to neighboring Guyana leaves the waters off the coast of the 2 South American nations. In a video posted to X, Venezuelan Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino appeared surrounded by military officers in front of a map of Venezuela and Guyana, a former British colony. Padrino said the forces are safeguarding their national sovereignty. The Defense Ministry confirmed to the Associated Press that the video was made at a military base in Venezuela's capital, Caracas. The video comes after weeks of tensions between the two countries over Venezuela's renewed claim to a region in Guyana known as Essequibo, a sparsely populated stretch of land roughly the size of Florida that is rich in oil and minerals. Operations generate some $1 billion a year for the impoverished country of nearly 800,000 people that saw its economy expand by nearly 60% in the first half of 2023. Venezuela has long argued it was cheated out of the territory when Europeans and the US set the border. Guyana, which has controlled the zone for decades, says the original agreement was legally binding and the dispute should be decided by the International Court of Justice in the Netherlands.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And for our Philippine Embassy and Consulate news, through the collective efforts of the Philippine Embassy in Vienna and the Philippine Trade and Investment Center Berlin or PTIC Berlin, priority Philippine trade and investment sectors such as aerospace, electronics, IT BPM, copper, and renewable energy were highlighted during the Austrian Federal Economic Chamber or WKO's Asia Day 2023 in Vienna, Austria. Philippine participation in the event is considered one of the highlights of the embassy's economic diplomacy efforts for 2023. Team Philippines fielded questions from interested participants about opportunities and possible business partnerships in the country, as well as tourism inquiries. Over 500 individuals from Austrian and German companies attended the one-day event. Other participating countries included Bangladesh, China, India, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, Mongolia, Sri Lanka, South Korea, and Thailand. The Philippines' total bilateral trade with Austria amounted to approximately $282.10 million in 2022. In the same year, Austria ranked as the Philippines' 40th trading partner, 31st export market, and 43rd import supplier.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.